First off, I got a brand new chair. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and also donating to the channel. This chair is amazing. Second thing, did you know that Elden Ring has a Tekken reference within the game? We know that Harada worked on it, but this is what he was able to sneak into the game itself. Bandai Namco US tweets out, "I am the warrior jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact." On the topic of guest characters, Harada said currently they are not working on any, but he said he wouldn't hesitate to add more in if he felt the game needed a boost in hype, sales, or just momentum. I think the perfect guest character would be one of the many Elden Ring characters. It could be a god, it could be an NPC, or it could be the own avatar that you play as. When it comes to Tekken 7, there's two things that we often forget about it. One is how old the game is. Two is how successful this game is. I often talk about the game that came before it, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And if you really want to get nitpicky, we could talk about Tekken Revolution. You don't want to go there. Tekken 7 is 20 players away from setting an all-time series registration record. This is people entering in the tournament. That potentially happening so many years into the game life cycle is incredible. We have to remember Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5 is from a different era. When these games were first released, Twitch wasn't even that massive. A lot of your favorite content creators today might not even streamed on Twitch back then. So just with all the time passing between Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, these games will go through a incredible transformation. This interview was first published in a news magazine that was behind a paywall. The headline says Tekken 8 PS5 SSD biggest thing to evolve player experience, says Harada. In case you didn't know, Tekken 8 is skipping last gen platforms and it will be the first franchise entry exclusively coming to current gen. While it's easy to assume that the added horsepower of the current gen hardware is what helps the game stand out, that isn't exactly the case. A lot of people are still stuck on the fact that Tekken 8 is exclusive to the current gen, PS5 and the Series X and S, but years down the line, we will be grateful for it. Even now, you can see how Tekken 8 is benefiting from leaving the old gen consoles behind. Continuing on, it says, in the latest issue of Play Magazine, Harada mentions that the PS5 SSD, that's the solid state drive, that is proving to be the game changer for the new generation of consoles, given it helps put people into matches faster than your standard hard drive. This means that gamers can rematch much faster. According to Harada, that's probably even the biggest thing that's going to evolve the player experience in the game. When I say a lot of the issues that Tekken 7 is plagued by will be fixed by default, this is exactly what I mean. Tekken 7, one of the biggest issues was load times. The game is plagued by it no matter if you're on old gen or current gen. It's horrible. And with Tekken 8, this is something that they're really honing in to make sure it's not an issue. We can see what Street Fighter 6 is capable of. Their instant rematching is instant rematching. So Tekken 8 is going to do everything that they can to match that. Competition drives it forward, but really, I don't even think Tekken 8 needs to be competitive because they have Tekken 7, the flaws of that game, to motivate them to go above and beyond it. The news article continues and says, mind, this isn't to say that Tekken 8 isn't taking advantage of the headed horsepower of the new consoles, as various gameplay clips we've seen so far indicate that it has an added layer of sheen and better overall graphics compared to its last gen predecessor Tekken 7. I'm pretty sure you guys seen all of the comparisons. You can see Tekken 6, Tekken 7, Tekken 8. There is this whole conversation we've been having over and over and over about the female characters looking like plastic dolls. Someone asked me on Twitter if Harada mentioned anything about updating the models. Throughout all these news articles from Harada talking about Tekken 8, I didn't see anything specifically saying that the character models themselves will be enhanced, but regardless, you can definitely tell the huge advancements. The news article wraps off by saying, in other news, Harada also confirmed that rollback netcode and crossplay will be available in the fighting game. No word on a release date yet. The topic of a release date, we've been going back and forth, but I think a lot of people are set on the idea that it's releasing in about April, May, March, something like that of 2024. Here's the thing, a lot of people hear that and they get upset. They slam their desk, they get angry. They say, I want Tekken 8 now. But one major thing that I would love to point out from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8 is Tekken 7 went first. So Street Fighter and also Mortal Kombat was able to look at what Tekken 7 did right and wrong and tweak their games accordingly. Now Street Fighter 5, they butchered their launch, but Mortal Kombat 11, they took full advantage of releasing last. They did story DLC, the online was fantastic. This time around, Tekken 8 will have the luxuries that Mortal Kombat 11 had. Seen everything that the community is complaining about for the other games and making sure Tekken 8 has that. This instant rematching that Harada is talking about is one part of that. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.